The micrometer is even more precise than the vernier calipers. The smallest unit of measurement on the vernier calipers was 0.05 millimeters, whereas this micrometer can measure as small as 0.01 millimeter increments. This particular micrometer also only measures up to 25 millimeters or 2.5 centimeter lengths or widths. So we place the object right here in between the anvil face and the spindle face, and the spindle extends and retracts as we turn the ratchet clockwise and counterclockwise. As we turn the ratchet, the thimble also rotates. And so when the object is in position, simply twist the ratchet until the object is snugly fit in between the anvil face and the spindle. And to secure it, just twist the lock nut. Now the sleeve has this scale right here. Each marking on the top of the scale measures 1 millimeter increments. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 millimeters, 15 millimeters, okay? The bottom scale measures 0.5 millimeter increments, half a millimeter increment down here. The thimble markings, the thimble scale right here measures 0.01 millimeter increments. So this 45 represents 0.45 millimeters and this 5 represents 0.05 millimeters. And the 0 is just 0 millimeters. So let's zoom in on these scales so we can determine the width of this object. So with the object securely in place, we can finally take the measurements. First, we look at the top scale on the sleeve right here, 0, 5, 10. And we find the furthest line to the right that has not been covered up by the thimble. So the furthest line on the top of the scale is right here, okay? 2 tick marks past the 10 millimeters. So that's 10 millimeters, 11, 12 millimeters. Okay, next we look at the bottom scale down here. And we see if there's an exposed tick mark down below just past the 12 millimeter. And when we look, yes, indeed, there is one. So we note 0.5 millimeters. This tick mark is exposed. Now we come to the thimble. And we look and we see where the scale on the sleeve lines up on the thimble. So making a line across the scale on the sleeve to the thimble, we see the line right here, just above the 0.35 millimeter line. So you can either say, you can round up to 0.36 millimeters, or you can estimate. Because it's not 0.36 millimeters, I'm going to estimate about 0.357 millimeters. Again, it's fine if you want to round up to 0.36 millimeters, but I'm going to use 0.357 millimeters, which is slightly less than 0.36 millimeters. If you look at this and you think it looks like 0.359 or 0.358, that's fine. We are just estimating this thousandth place right here. So now it's just like before. We add our 12 millimeters from the scale, the top scale on the sleeve, plus this exposed 0.5 millimeters. We wouldn't add anything if the thimble had covered this line up, plus the measurement on the thimble, which 0.357 in this case. So 12 millimeters plus 0.5 millimeters plus 0.357 millimeters gives me 12.857 millimeters or 1.2857 centimeters. Again, to go from millimeters to centimeters, we just divide by 10. It's that easy.